Hi, Madonna, Louise, Veronica Ciccone here.
When will you understand that I am a person and not a thing?
Look it up.
Do something else. Do my eyebrows.
Better to say, am I being true to myself? And is this what I want to say? And have I expressed myself the way I want to express myself? I mean, that's what it's all about.
Hey everyone, this is Kiley Dean. You're listening to MLVC, the Madonna podcast.
Hey guys, it's Tony, and it's summer.
Summer in the city. Oh, sorry. All right. I know I say I'm never going to sing on the podcast, but we have a singer on the podcast, so it's going to come out. Hey, everybody, it's Stefan. Welcome to another episode of MLVC, the Madonna podcast, your place for all things Madonna, Louise, Veronica Ciccone. And today on the show, as you just heard, we have Madonna background singer and prolific singer in general, Kiley Dean. Welcome, Kiley.
Hey, y'all. It's hot in the country. Yeah. I was just trying to
you can do it. You can do it.
I was trying to do a little spin-off of It's Hot in the City. But let me tell y'all, oh my goodness, the humidity, it's killing me.
Kiley, I grew up in Houston, Texas, so this humidity is like music to my ears, pardon the pun, but here in New York, they freak out about it. Kiley, you're talking to us from Nashville, Tennessee, right?
Nashville, Tennessee, yes, sir, yeah.
Love that town.
Thank you.
How has your pandemic been treating you, Kiley?
Well, I guess we're just going to jump right into the whole cancer thing. I was actually going through chemo. I started my chemo during the pandemic. So, wow, what a ride for me. I was already wearing masks.
Right.
Going through chemo. So I just see it as everybody jumped on board with me.
Yeah.
They were showing your support.
Hey,
Lead by example.
Lead by example. Exactly.
How are you now?
I am full. I guess I can't say full remission. I'm going to ask my oncologist next time I see her. Like, when can I say I'm like in remission? But I am cancer free.
Oh,
nice.
I feel. Thank
amazing.
you guys. I feel amazing. I'm still shedding off the layers of chemo and chemo weight and chemo brain and chemo dizziness, all those things that come along with putting a very intense drug into your system to get rid of Satan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's just call cancer Satan. But I feel great, and I'm so happy to be here today.
Oh, that's amazing.
We are so happy to have you. I'm so glad we were finally able to make this happen.
Yes, it wasn't as hard.
Before we jump into Madonna, I want to kind of like stay in this plane for a second.
Sure.
So tell us how this experience in the past, couple of years has affected you, as an artist. Like, I know that you're working on an album of worship music. So how has that all informed your art, and how has it kind of, evolved from there?
It's funny. I've always been a believer. I've always been a strong believer since a young age. But I've kind of closed my hands at certain times during my life to God. Yesterday, I was singing in church, and my pastor said something about like, open your hands so that God can give you things. When you close them, it's very hard to receive. You don't go back and ask for change with a closed hand. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So for me, after Sullivan, after having my child, after moving to Nashville, taking a break from the industry completely, right when I thought I was resetting my buttons, I got diagnosed, and it put me on my knees. We've all been in dark corners, places, moments in our lives where it's like, God, and when you're in that dark place, that light can really shine. So after, going through an extraordinarily daunting chemo, I almost passed away twice during chemo because my body, it was crazy, y'all. It was crazy. Anaphylactic shock on level bazillion.
Wow.
So seeing your life get to a place, I'm gonna get emotional.
It's okay.
Getting to a place where you see your life kind of in front of your eyes, and you see your baby. You say, God, what can I do? What can I do to give back to you being so good? Because the last time I had it was a year ago, actually. It was a year ago almost to the day, May 7th. Well, a month ago, it would be a year. when I last passed out and went into anaphylactic shock, it was the day before my daughter's birthday. And I looked at the nurse and I said, "It's happening again. Please don't let me die. My daughter's turning 3 tomorrow." So God brought me through it. And I really do believe in, and I'm not going to get too religious. I'm just not going to do that, but we'll touch on it and we'll get off of it.
Sure.
I was like, okay, I got to give back. I got to give back God. And I got to write songs about this, this whole journey, because people need to know. And sometimes when you go through the darkest of darks, it's not really a valleys. It's not really for you. It's for other people. And it's to help other people. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to write a 4-song EP. I'm going to put it out and I'm going to help people. So that's why I did a Christian EP. I never saw myself doing Christian music. But I'm happy to be here.
Well, you have to write your truth, it's,
Exactly.
If you didn't,
Oh my gosh, I wrote a song called Your Truth. That's so funny.
There you go.
Come on.
And no, you're given, you have a God-given talent, and you're giving back using your voice, and that, that's the most you can do. So I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm so glad you're doing good today.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
All right, let's talk about Madonna now.
Well, I was going to say, Tony,
Let's
can you give Kiley a small proper bio? Just
of course,
it
will be my pleasure.
Who might not be in the know.
So, Kiley Dean is an American singer. She sings contemporary R&B and pop music, and she also sings Christian music as well. She grew up singing, performing in school and church, and she's released several solo EPs and albums, with one that's upcoming. She has toured with pop stars of such caliber as Britney Spears, New Kids on the Block, Matthew Morrison, and many others, and she's done backing vocals for Madonna on 3 different tours: Sticky and Sweet, MDNA, and Rebel Heart. Welcome again, Kiley.
Thank you.
You know what, Kiley? You are the first guest we've had from recent Madonna tours. I think we've had people all before Sticky and Sweet, but you are first. You're popping our cherry.
Oh my goodness, sounds so nice. So wait a minute. I think Donna was the person that I actually filled their shoes, which was a very hard shoe to fill. Obviously,
right. I think she was meant to do Sticky and Sweet, but then she got pregnant, and I think that's that's how you stepped in.
Thank you, Donna, for getting pregnant.
Thanks, Donna's baby.
I totally get it, though. I mean, it's such a beautiful thing, and when you have that angel and that child, you just want to. Okay, I need to breathe. I need to sit in this for a minute.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
You sort of realize, okay. I mean, look, Donna Delore, she had done her time with Madonna, and I'm sure she's
incredible.
I'm sure she was like, you know what? Let's spend some time with this baby.
Absolutely. I love it.
Well, so can we? I just we'll start with Sticky and Sweet then.
Yeah,
so
let's do it.
We'll talk about Britney Spears in a little bit, because we do love a little Britney. But
Brit.
After Britney, you landed one of your first 3 tours with Madonna, the Sticky and Sweet tour. I'm assuming you were familiar with Madonna as an artist prior to going on tour with her. But how did Sticky and Sweet come to you?
Sticky and Sweet. This is funny. I sang for Britney for about a year and a half. Then I went on and I penned a deal with Interscope, did an album with Timbaland. Never saw the light of day. Blah, 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 blah. And there was about an 8-year. I'm sorry if my chair is making noise. There was about an 8-year stretch, and the MD, Kevin Antunes, for NSYNC and Britney, when I was singing, contacted me 8 years later and was like, I got a girl for you. So, and this is the funny part. The first prayer, we do a prayer before every show. And the first prayer that I did was me telling my story and weeping. And, Madonna just looks over at me and just she just has a heart that she sees when somebody's feeling something, and if it's true, and if it's authentic, I think that she kind of picks up and says, oh, okay. And I remember crying and saying, you don't understand. I'm trying to say this right. Let's go back to LA. When I got the call, I had all my stuff and I was moving back home. I was like, okay, God, I'm gonna go sing in church. I'm gonna get married, be barefoot and pregnant by the time I'm 26 or 27 on a porch. I don't know what you're doing with my life. Well, ring the phone calls. Come audition. Kevin Antunes calls. Come audition for Madonna. I landed the gig, and then I'm saying the prayer, and I was like, we call her M, and I said, M, you don't understand what you did for me when you allowed me to take up this space in your crew. It saved my desire and my knowing that I belong in this industry. You saying yes to me being on your team allowed me to kind of, okay, cool, God, okay, I belong here.
You're on the right path.
Yeah. And Sticky and Sweet for me was absolutely magical. It was my first, I would say, real tour. I've toured with other artists, and I'm like, this ain't a real tour. Madonna is straight up real.
Yeah.
And it's the best of everything, but she also expects the best out of everybody. And she should, because she is the queen.
Yeah.
And for me, I have taken so much from that first tour and just kind of put everything, MDNA and all the other tours I've held up to that first experience. So
yeah,
Sticky and Sweet was incredible.
Yeah, and I'm curious, how is the rehearsal for a tour different for a backup singer as opposed to a dancer? We've had a bevy of Madonna's backup dancers from various tours in the past, and I mean, we know that they have to work their tails off, getting those dance moves back. Is it a different world for you as a backup singer? I mean, do you just they are rehearsing for weeks and then you stroll in at the end and be like, okay, I'm ready to sing?
No, actually, one of the things that M does in her process is truly magical. She will she's so hands-on with everything. She spends half of the day with the band, the other half with the dancers. And then when it comes to production rehearsals, that's when, and that's by itself already a very long process. And then once we get to production rehearsals, that's where everything starts coming together, where the dancers, back and forth with the band, we see, oh, that's why we put an extra because the dancer is doing there. So it's really incredible to kind of walk in on the first day and say, okay, well, I got the songs, and then peel back the layers of the sounds and the quirks and the everything that she wants. Like, Kiley, sound this way because this is how I sounded on this record. So I would emulate my voice to sound what she would. For instance, this last tour I did, what was it? It was one of those Diplo songs. He had a couple, but one of them
on Rebel Heart tour.
Yeah, on Rebel Heart. And it was a very, the thing about Madonna, her voice is so incredible. Yes, I'm saying that as a singer. Her voice is so incredible. She has so many layers in her voice. She has a man can tell 1,000 lies. That depth.
Right.
And the ray of light. And then she also has the borderline. That, so it's really fun to go in and find it and emulate it. And then it's just, it was such a pleasure to work with her. Yeah, it was awesome.
So Kiley, I have a question. So you briefly mentioned when you're given a list of songs. So how early on in the process are you given the list of songs to, I guess, for lack of a better word, memorize and come up with your own interpretation?
Honestly, we don't get a set list until we're in rehearsal. That's something that, and even that is something that, ebbs and flows. It's something that changes. We got to be super flexible. Luckily, me and the other background singer, Nikki, we retain really well and pretty quick. Nikki, it was a pleasure singing beside her. She was super helpful.
And you're talking Nikki Richards.
I'm sorry, yes, Nikki Richards. Yeah, yes. I came on with Nikki Richards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm always curious if, as a background singer or the background dancers, when you are performing the music, do you understand the gravity that some of the songs hold for the fans? Like
Oh.
when you see the set list, and you're like, oh wow, she's doing this song.
I know.
Or is it like, because some of the dancers don't appreciate some of the songs because they're just
because they're too damn young.
Yeah, they're dancing. they don't grasp it. But
no, but she's so artistically genius in the fact that she finds something in every single dancer, she handpicks them. You know, like I just envision her even like in her dreams or like walking down a street, you know, in some country, wherever she is at that point, seeing somebody, and I know this to be true, and saying, I see something in you. Come here. I want to give you an opportunity. And that is such an incredible, that's such an incredible human thing to be, to have like this opportunity that you can share with other people, and she handpicks them. And I feel so blessed to be one of those people.
Yeah.
She's something else.
With Sticky and Sweet, so that was a 2-leg tour. So that started.
Yeah.
It started first in 2008, and then she added a second leg in 2009 for a bunch of European cities that you hadn't visited. Was that second leg planned from the beginning? Like when you signed on, that came together during the first leg?
Obviously, they have their thing. They have their wheel spinning. Guy Osiri, Madonna, all of who I think she was with Warner Brothers at that time. I can't remember if it was Live Nation.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
I don't. It's a little hazy.
It is hazy, and give me a break. I got chemo brain still, right? so excuse me. I just remember doing the last show in, was it Buenos Aires?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
on Sticky and Sweet, and we came into a prayer, and she said, guys, we decided to extend it. And we just were like, ah! But that was the coolest thing, because I got to go home. I got to spend 6 months. I got to decompress, which is a massive thing coming off a tour that long, and went back out and killed it again. It was just magical. And in that time, you know, Michael Jackson died, so we had a tribute to Michael. And
you threw in, I think there was a couple set changes, which I was so like, Frozen got added, Holiday, the Michael Jackson tribute or whatnot. Is that one of those fun things where you're like, oh, this is fun, we're changing it up a little bit?
Oh, of course, yeah. And I know she feels that way as well. Yes, we work on a show for a long time to make it perfect, but I know like she's itching as an artist, because she's an artist, to do something new, you know? So, yeah, it is nice. Even if it's just a 3-song switch up, it was really cool.
After Sticky and Sweet, you moved on to MDNA. What was it like to rejoin the Madonna fold?
It was amazing. She pushed my boundaries more on this tour, which I will forever be grateful for. She kind of showed me that I was strong enough she brought me on to a different level. We got to do a couple like dances beside her, like Donna and Nikki back in the day. I think it was, not Open Your Heart, but, oh my gosh. Come on, girl.
Express yourself.
Yeah, there we go. I just remember. Go ahead.
And it had like this crazy choreography that you didn't really have in Sticky and Sweet, correct?
That's what I'm talking about. So I've never had choreography like this before. It was drumline. So
I don't think anyone has.
I'm not using. I know, right? I'm not using the right term, but so like drumline marching, they march to a different beat. Literally. So I'm holding a microphone in one hand, but I'm having to do choreography. So I'm having to switch the microphone in my hand to do this choreography. It literally took my caliber up about 10 notches of what I'm like. I can't, because in the first couple like choreography, in the first couple days of choreography, I was like, I can't do this. I would go home and cry. I was like, I'm gonna screw this up. I know, because I didn't want to mess up. I didn't want to make Nikki look bad, and I didn't want to make Madonna look bad. And I'm like, I'm gonna mess this up. But I eventually got it. My brain worked. So, but y'all, it was the most complex, unbelievable thing. So it was one and go for second best. And I'm like, wait a minute, but I'm singing too. You know that? And they're like, oh yeah, we forgot you have a microphone. You're singing, da da da. So you'd have to bring the microphone into rehearsal. It was just unbelievable. And it was one of those things where I was like, I don't think I'm going to get through this, but I pushed through and we did it. And it was one of my favorite. I mean, MDNA was crazy. It was like a pill, you know, you take a pill and you'd go to Wonderland, and it was just this freaking unbelievable, mind-blowing production. But it was amazing to be that was probably the most hands-on on stage with Madonna, you know, that tour I did.
Yeah, because she sort of lessened the work that the background singers had to do once Nikki Harris and Donna DeLore left her side. Like, she sort of put the background singers on the, you know, with the band, and that's where they sort of stayed. And I remember when we had Donna DeLore on last year, she had mentioned when she was doing Confessions tour that she was like, I wanted to be out dancing, you know? Yeah. And so, yeah, I was wondering if you enjoyed sort of either staying in the back or if you enjoyed the dancing.
I love both. Obviously, yeah, I love doing the dancing, but I do believe that is a dancer's role. Mm-hmm. But I love that I don't believe it's a dancer's role. I hope that I didn't say that right. That is their role. Mm-hmm. I love coming into their world and being like, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit from y'all. But it is, and you know, when you cross over into that dancer world, that's a whole different process in itself.
Yeah.
I think that we're all in the same process. I know dancers physically may have to endure more, just because that's what they do. They move their bodies. That's what they signed up for.
Right.
For us, we signed up for, you know, making it sound a certain way, and that's what we bring to the table. Mm-hmm. It's a whole plethora of just really talented people bringing a lot to the game.
Right. And another element of MDNA that was a little different from Sticky and Sweet is you guys were doing full-on stadiums in the United States. So how was that going from, you know, like a, I guess, 20,000, you know, arena to...
temperature controlled.
Yeah, to, you know, outdoors, 50,000 plus, you know? No pressure.
Yeah. It was unbelievable so the very first show that I did with her, it was in Cardiff. That was a stadium. And I remember crying the first song because it was so powerful. And to hear not like, woo, it was, you know, like people, masses and masses of people. Oslo, I think we broke a record that tour in Sticky and Sweet. We did 90,000, something like that. People, like, who, what? I'm sorry, you know? And it was just this sea of people. Watching people run into the stadium and fall and trip over themselves to get, you know, it was hilarious, but it was also like, yo, this is next level. This is something that I know I'll never see in my lifetime from me. So it was cool to kind of sit back and take that in. The second tour MDNA was the same. I think we only did a couple arena tours. Mm-hmm. So, but we still did, if I'm correct, you may know more than me.
Well, I saw you do MDNA at Yankee Stadium.
Same here, yeah.
That was MDNA, yeah. So we still did stadiums, but I think we sprinkled in maybe a couple arenas. But this last tour was, I think, only arenas, the Rebel Heart tour.
Yeah, at MDNA, you guys came back to Madison Square Garden. I went to that show. That was the one where Psy came on and did Gangnam Style with Madonna.
That's right. Oh my God, that was Rebel Heart, right?
Yes. No, that was MDNA.
Yeah,
was that MDNA?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, yeah. I'm starting to get certain.
It all blurs.
It does.
And COVID hasn't helped either. COVID has sort of like
has not.
It's shifted our perception of time, I think. After MDNA, you then joined Madonna for a third time with Rebel Heart tour. I mean, did you even have to like think about things? It was sort of just you were shorthand with Madonna at that point. No,
I mean, like at the end of the day, when I come in with her, I want to bring my best. I want to look my best. I want to be my best. Because that's that's what she brings. Like she works her ass off.
Mm-hmm.
She does the most. It's not like, I've worked with some artists where it's and I won't say any names, but like you're doing all the work and they show up for an hour and they're out.
Right.
Like she shows up when we show up and she's
Mhm.
there as long as we're there.
Mhm.
And that's next level. Sometimes I'm like, damn, girl, take a nap. Like I could use a nap, but it makes me go, if she can do it, good Lord.
Yeah.
We can, it's just, she just makes you want to be a better artist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie, would you say that Rebel Heart was probably the most ambitious of the tours that you worked on? Because there were a lot of songs in that final set list, and it was very vocal heavy, I would say. She sang a lot and, danced a little bit less, I think. I mean, if you guys disagree, go right ahead.
What I love, I'm not really sure. I think she still did. I think it was a little bit more artistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like the running up the stairs to get to Marvin and
I loved Heartbreak City.
Yeah, Heartbreak City was that was really artistic, and everything she does is like that. But I, as a musician, as a real musician, appreciate when she dances less and really chops up her like music.
Yeah,
and,
me
like,
too.
Goes in and sings and I know I love the Levian Rose that she did, just sexy, sitting on the end of the stage. I love that.
Yeah.
But it's also obvious that she can do the most and in a good way do the most. All the choreography but MDNA, coming off of MDNA, yeah, I do appreciate her not being tossed around and thrown around and me shaking, every night watching her like I'm like don't drop her. Don't drop her.
I want to ask you about
drop her.
one of the dates at Rebel Heart, because it was a little. Wait, Stefan, was the Paris show? Was that Rebel Heart?
That was MDNA.
That was MDNA. Yeah.
So you guys go to the Olympia to do this gig, I guess, for lack of a better word, and everyone that's there thinks that you're going to do a 2.5-hour show. And you guys actually did an amazing set list, but tell us a little bit about those like one-off shows.
Honestly, those are literally, and I'm just going to be real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you to show up, you need to show up. I knew nothing about those. I didn't know, I had no idea the, what's the word? Motive behind them. I'm not sure. We did a couple in Australia on this last tour too. The clown shows.
Oh, sure.
Which were a blast.
Yeah.
The Paris show was probably the most not shocking. It wasn't. I think she just has this adoration for France and Paris and like, which I totally get. But I was like, what are we doing? Oh, okay. I thought we had a day off. Okay, let's go.
I have to sing a different song? What's Beautiful Killer? What?
So, I know, yeah. But it was super fun. It was super fun. It was just, I remember it being pretty we grinded hard. Because we were on a tour, obviously. So we were finding times to rehearse into the wee hours of the morning. But it ended I don't remember. What was it, like 4 or 5 songs?
Yeah, it was something like that, but it was
short.
It was so good. I mean, I watch it every now and then, and I was like, this is, I mean, it sounds like it was put together very quickly, but everyone on stage was like on the same page with Madonna. It was really cool. I love those moments.
I love it. She reels us in. She's like, get on my page or get off my page. All right. So we learned how to adapt real quick.
Well, Kylie, I had the pleasure of sharing a stage with you on the Rebel Heart tour in Philadelphia.
Oh,
I got picked
you
as
did.
I got picked as the unapologetic bitch for that
right.
show.
Oh,
so just so you know, I was on stage with you
Did she make you eat
for
a banana?
I received a banana. I did not eat the banana.
You didn't eat the banana.
No, that banana was tossed around by too many hands.
I know, right? Let me tell you. I remember her trying to give it to Idris Elba and Diplo when they were like, "If you don't back away from me," right? She was like, "Okay, I won't do that."
So how?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me what happened to that banana. They're like, "Did you eat it?" I'm like, "Hell no, I was not eating
Hell
that."
no,
Kylie, so how much or how little did you guys know of who the unapologetic bitch for each city would be, or did you just know when they were on stage?
We never knew.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I think somebody would scout and be like, let's see. And I mean, they would go to the rafters looking for people. So, yeah, we never knew. We never knew until we got up there. We're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I always thought that was such a brave thing for her to do because you never quite know where the people are going to go with it.
You really don't.
You know, like, I mean, I'm sure the scouts are making sure that they're not fall down drunk at the show and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like everyone that I got to see do it, everyone had like such a different, you know, it's a visceral response. You're brought into this crazy world.
Her security guards were on their toes.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, I'm so sure.
Like cats ready to just like jump, you know? Yeah. But everybody was super respectful. They behaved themselves, and yeah.
Well, that's what I kept telling myself. I was like, I didn't even know if I should touch her. You know, I was like, what's the like? They don't give you the ground rules, so I was like, should I put my arm around her? And until she did, I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's okay.
I guess I can.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, I wanted to hug her, and I was like, don't, you know, like don't do anything inappropriate.
Keep your hands off the Madonna.
You did good. I actually remember now. You did good.
It was
Philly was a great show.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. They're good.
I love Philly.
Sometimes they're a good vibe.
Right.
They're a spirited crew. Let's just say that.
Totally.
Filled with spirit.
Totally.
That's
filled with spirits, quote unquote.
Kylie, I wanted to ask you, so some of her biggest songs get, you know, mashed up or revamped for the live shows. Which one of those do you recall as being like challenging to remix or relearn, and which one, and you know, and if it's the same one or a different one, which one did you realize the fans just freaked out the minute you guys started singing it?
Like a Virgin, this last tour. She did it very, very different. I don't know if you remember this, but it was After the Stare.
Yeah.
On the Heartbreak. What is it? What was it? Heartbreak
City.
It was,
City?
well, Love Don't Live Here Anymore.
Love Don't Live Here. Love Don't Live Here anymore.
Yes.
I'm still so upset that they didn't put that in the DVD audio. I know, I'm sure it was a licensing issue.
Or just even the.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, when she belted that out, people were like losing it in the audience.
And I don't know how she did it. Well, I do. She was coming from a place of real, a guttural emotion, like a mother or a lover, and she would just like, and people would like, I would look at people's reactions, and they just be on her, like, is she okay? She was showing this emotion, and I know she puts pieces of her life and what she's going through into that performance, which is genius.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a Virgin, because it would come out of that. What, right? I think, and then she'd walk up stage and she'd strip out of these clothes, and she'd kind of like, and it was such a different way of, I love that she did Like a Virgin. First off, I was so excited that she's like, oh, she's really going to do this. It's okay. It's making it to production. All right, we're doing it, you know? So for me, it was awesome to sing that song, but a little bit complex, because it's like, okay, how do I need to sound like her? Because it would be like a, you know, like a virgin. Hey! And like, where do I come in? How do I need to sound? Because this doesn't sound like her old way of doing it. It sounds like a new way. What do I need to do vocally to support this? So, I mean, she'd let me know. Yeah. That's the good thing about her. Like, you know, sometimes if we hear a song before we get what she wants to hear, before she gets into rehearsals, she'll let us know, like, I want you to sound more animatronic. I want you to sound more deep, less vibrato, Kylie, less vibrato, Kylie. She would always say that to me. So yeah, it's cool.
Well, yeah, because you've got a powerful voice.
But I'm telling you, 10 years of working with her has really, really taught me how to reel it in, put it in a place where it belongs, and know how to blend with people. So,
are you working with, like, are there vocal coaches on tour with you, helping you with? No. So it's up to you. You have to bring the art.
Yeah, and you know, a lot a lot of people butt heads and whatever, but like me and Nikki really kind of rallied when it came to our jobs. Like we rallied and we got shit the way it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially with like, you know, when you guys perform Like a Prayer, you really like go to town with that one, you know.
Ooh, I'll never. You know, we performed that. Yeah, that one made me cry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys know yet, but I'm a crier.
So am I. We're
So is Toady. So is Toady.
Y'all are the cutest. I'm just looking at your faces, and I just feel so blessed to be here right now.
Oh, thank you. We love having you on the show.
Oh, thank you. I love being here. When we did Like a Prayer, it was right after the bombings in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Was
sure.
it Paris?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember her adding that in. I don't think we did that every night. I think we added that in. Or did we not?
No.
Or did we have that?
Well, Rebel Heart, she had that moment where it was always like a surprise song. You know,
yes,
sometimes she
that
would
was
do
it. That was it.
Take
that
a
was
Bow.
It.
She
Yep.
did that tribute to Bowie.
Oh, that's right. I'll never forget Take a Bow because that's my jam. When I heard da, 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 I lost it because that I was like, okay, I have now sang every song that I have been a fan of with her. And when we did that in Asia, I about came undone. I was like, let me have a verse, Em. Give me a verse. I was so amped.
So with those songs, were you told, how far in advance were you told about that?
Oh God.
Was it like
honestly,
you show up that night and
yeah.
they're like, oh, by the way, get listen to Take a Bow a couple times because you're
Kevin Antunes did a really great job of rallying the troops of the band troops, and he would keep us updated as soon as he knew something. So I would probably go into rehearsal and hear him play, and I'd be like, oh shit,
it's on.
It's on, you know? So for me, hearing that, the little surprises, it's like, oh man, are we going to do it? But then sometimes he would play songs and it's like, are we not going to do it? Oh, I guess we're not going to do it. So yeah, it was really cool to just see that process of like, Kevin's wills never stop on that tour, by the way. He's such an incredible musical director. I just, my complete respect to him. He just pulls it in. He pulls it together. He does what he does, and he does it the best I think I've ever seen any musical director do.
Nice.
And he figures it out, and the band follows suit and pulls it together and kills it. Yeah.
So out of the 3 tours that you were on with Madonna,
Yeah.
was there a particular moment in any one specific where you looked over and thought, wow, I'm on tour with Madonna?
You know, Nikki said that in the first rehearsals. I was like, you don't really have to remind me. I kind of know. But it was sweet. She was being kind about it. She was a sweetheart. She said, Kiley, we are 2 people on the planet who are handpicked to be here. And I'll never forget that. That stuck with me. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to bicker when it gets hard, when I'm whatever. We could be a gazillionaire and we'd still find something to bitch about.
Sure.
And I was like, okay. And as much as me and Nikki were together, and you know, we really did great. We were super professional, we didn't have to be best friends. We got it done. And I'll forever be in gratitude for her for kind of bringing me in, navigating me just enough. And, you know, I had a lot of growing up. I started at 26. So I was a kid when I started, and she was awesome. It was nice to work with her.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Kiley, tell us how the fan base differs from, for example, when you're on tour with Britney or New Kids on the Block.
Oh man.
You know, like I know the New Kids on the Block has a very, you know,
crazy,
They
fervent.
crazy hoes. All right.
Okay.
Let's just call it what it is.
Those are some
No, I'm
moms
joking.
with some pent up aggression.
Right?
Sexual aggression. Let's keep it real. They're like whipping their bras out and throwing them on stage. No, the blockheads are super sweet. But let me take you back to Britney 1999.
Oh, Lord.
All right?
Please.
Because that's when I started. The first tour we did, I think I was 16 or 17.
I was going to say, you're in high school.
Yeah.
You're wearing the Britney Spears outfit.
Literally. So the first show we did was nothing but toddlers to 5, 10-year-olds. The last show I did, oops, I did it again, were drag queens. and gays and just like boys of like it was amazing to watch this go from children to grown folk real quick. And it was so cool to watch her turn into that because she wasn't that when I started. And then it just became something so cool and something so massive, you know? So
it went to like Disney friendly to not suitable for work.
To Hollywood Boulevard. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on. It was great. But the only reason I left, obviously because I pinned a deal with Interscope and went on to do my own thing, which was great. But yeah, getting back into the background thing was a little hard for me. I put my ego aside. Yes, it was for the biggest artist on the planet. I was super, super happy, but there is a little bit of ego that you have to kind of check at the door.
Yeah.
And I love that about Madonna because she says, you know, the one thing that you need to check is your ego. And I remember her saying that on Sticky and Sweet, and I was like, okay, I hear you.
Yeah, no.
That was for me.
That's very powerful. Are there any other moments you had where, you know, Madonna, you know, not intentionally gave you some life advice and you're still...
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Constant.
Constant. Things that she'll say, things that she'll bring up, things that she'll point out in her awareness that I'm like, I literally was sleeping there.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to put that in my pocket and I'm going to walk on and revisit this in my way, like address this issue in my way. You know, we all know what she stands for and what she believes in. And, most everything I'm on board with. Like I'm pretty much, I mean, view wise, I'm in the same boat. But like, it's just weird to watch somebody, or not weird, but like cool to watch somebody be able to walk it out in that way. So, and what she does in Malawi, man, like come on, just her, yeah.
Well, because she doesn't have to. You know,
she doesn't have to. That's what I'm saying.
You know, you look at the billionaires in this country that are not doing anything for people's, you know,
well, you know
welfare
what? They may be for a tax write-off. They could send however much money, but she goes there.
Yeah,
she goes there, and she's with these people, and she's building these hospitals. She's building these schools, and that right there is like that's next level, you know. So that's incredible to me.
Oh, I wanted to ask you something very specific about Sticky and Sweet. So what was it like sharing the stage with the littlest crew member, Rocco, who was dancing that entire tour?
Oh.
Rocco's an angel.
Rocco, who grew up, I swear, when he started that, he was like a toddler.
And by the second leg,
like,
he was a full-on adult.
Yeah, he was like a teenager. And I'm like, how did this happen?
Rocco is an angel. I just leave it there. I love that kid so much. All of her children are so different in their own way. I've never seen like, you know, it's bizarre to watch them grow. It is. It's crazy. Especially now I don't see them. I just see them in social media or whatever, news. And it's like, wow, you know, I try to keep that super private because that is her trusting us.
Of course.
But no, and I know y'all respect that too. But like, even when people in passing say, what about her kids? I'm like, you know what? That is sacred.
Yeah.
And I feel nothing but blessed to have known, to have been a part of their world in whatever short time I was able to. I hope I left good things to them, good vibes, good memories, good whatever. But her trusting me, trusting people who she lets in enough to be around her children speaks like a lot. On me, you know, like I appreciate that. So because now having a child, I'm like, I don't.
You understand,
nobody.
you get it. Yeah. I mean,
totally.
when living in New York City, we encounter celebrities all the time, and I remember walking down the street and seeing Hugh Jackman once. And had he not been with his son, I probably would have mounted him and been like, Hugh Jackman. But,
that's how I feel about Gerard Butler. He's my past. Like, yeah. I was like, I remember sitting in LA and he walking outside of Bird's Cafe in Franklin Village, and I was like, Mason, you have to stay right here. I got to go outside for a second. All right, but nothing happened.
But I mean, if they're with their kids, you let them alone. You know,
Yeah,
it's like,
no, Gerard was alone. I was like, bro, I'm about to pounce you. I'm about to pounce you. It was kind of like that with Idris Elba. Am I saying his name right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
He came to was it Munich, Berlin, and opened for us. He DJ'd. He opened for Madonna.
right.
And yeah, and me and my girl, we were like, oh my god, because not only is he stupid beautiful, you're just, that's not right. You're not supposed to be that pretty. He's so dope. He would just like talk, and I was like, okay, so now he's dope. Okay, awesome.
He could just read the phone book, and I'd be happy.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So, Kiley, tell us about your solo projects. What's your inspiration for,
Yeah, what's coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, what's coming down the pipeline, and what are you inspired by?
I'm inspired by so many people. It's so funny. Doja Cat, I just love her song. And then I watched her interview, and I was like, something's not, what's happening? I love her though. I think that it's so fun. I'm a lot older now. I don't like the, crazy flamboyant bright wigs, but I still appreciate it. And I love watching these new artists come out and just kind of kill the industry and put their stamp on music. And I'm just taking artists in. I just think it's like, I'm all across the board when it comes to music, because I'm always trying to pull from different artists to what I want to sound like. Of course, Adele's always there vocally. Sure. She's just, we have the greats, right? For me, I think we kind of touched this in the beginning. I don't know if we pressed record, but I am going to do a 4-song EP of Christian songs. I've never done Christian music before. Never done gospel.
No Sandy Patty route? No, I mean...
He's more wonderful. Oh my gosh. I know. So I'm
little Amy Grant,
No, what's funny? She has a kid here that does a dispensary.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Which is so funny.
Get that paycheck.
But yes, honey.
You know what, Kiley, though? I mean, sometimes I feel like it's done a disservice if they call it like praise music, worship music, Christian music, because what it's you're praying out loud, and I feel like I'm a big fan of that type of music. Last year when we were talking to Nikki Harris, she was telling us she was working on a similar project, and the thing is you sing and you express these lyrics, but you don't realize how you're touching people, and that's what I think is so powerful about this type of music.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And after these last 2 years, being able to put out something that's, thank you, God, for getting me through this.
Yeah.
The first line, my first single, and I'll share it with you guys. It's called, it's going to be, here's my chemo brain. It's called All Along.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been there all along, but it starts out as me on my knees in the dark. I had a miscarriage. When I was diagnosed, I was pregnant.
Mm.
I didn't know, and we lost it. So the first lyrics are, in the quiet, in the dark, I've lost the beating to this heart.
Mm.
What I imagined in my arms so quickly fell apart. In the valley, it was dark, but, and it goes on to say, but you were there. And here's how. And it kind of paints the story. And then the next song kind of gives him praise about like who he is and what he is. Mm-hmm. The next song is Overcome, which is the title to the EP. And then the last song is kind of a come to Jesus. Literally, that's the title of the track. So it's like an altar call.
Yeah.
So for me, it's very it's very thoughtful. The every song was handpicked, written, vulnerable, awesome. It was just great. But yeah, it's a little scary for me to venture into this role because I know nothing about it. I know everything about pop music. I know nothing about this world. So I'm excited, but I'm also really scared. But yeah, I think we're going to drop it July 23rd, 20 something like that.
Cool.
I'll shoot you guys some dates once I get it confirmed.
Sure.
But it's coming. And if anything, if it helps one person, like, wow, if she can smile and write a song after this journey,
right,
I'm on board.
Yeah.
I may not believe what she believes, or I may want to believe, or I may, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever,
just take it with a grain of salt and just know this is my story.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of hurt in my life, and that's in all of our lives.
Yeah.
We all have trauma. And this is part of my release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious because I love Nashville. So tell us, Nashville famously is, the songwriting capital of the United States, probably North America, maybe the world, who knows? But tell us what your experience has been like there, and have you found a community of like-minded, musical folk?
Oh my gosh. It's funny you asked that. Yes. It's next level. The amount of talent, coming from Los Angeles, everybody just wants to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Here, everybody just wants to play music.
They just want to sing.
Everybody just wants to sing. Exactly. Everybody just wants to write. And it's like I said at the beginning of this interview, it's hard to accept change if your fist is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's kind of what LA was for me. Although I did get in with everybody, I wrote with everybody, that wasn't the mentality. It was, who do you know, what you got going on? And even though that
what can I take from you, not what can I
Exactly.
give to you?
Or how can we be apart together? You got a great voice, you got a great pen, you got a great, musician, whatever musical.
What can Kiley do for us? What can she do for you?
Yeah. So here it's different. Everybody's hands are open. The water's warm. Everybody's accepting. Everybody wants to say or be a part of the next thing. They don't want to be a part of, oh, well, let's remake Britney like they wanted to do with me.
Yeah.
Let's remake Nicki Minaj. Let's remake whatever the artist is. Right now for me it's Lauren Daigle. Everybody's
She's great. Yeah.
She's incredible. God. They're like, well, she's Lauren Daigle, and I'm like, sure, that's great if you want to compare me to her, but I am not her. Our stories are not the same. We are not the same person. We don't have the same voice, but we're both really dope. So, which I'll take, So, it's been incredible navigating it. I've just recently, in the last year, started navigating it after chemo. And seeing the people that are willing to take sessions, seeing the people that are willing to, I'm doing a gig. I'm like, I just got to get on the stage and sing. I'm doing a gig at Sunny's here in Germantown in my neighborhood on the 26th. And I'm just going to go sing because I just want to sing. And for so long, having my kid, I wanted to take that break. And then I got diagnosed. So I couldn't do anything. And now I'm like, I'm literally going to lose my mind if I don't sing. My church is an outlet for that, which is great.
Yeah, I saw you belting on Instagram.
Yesterday.
So I saw you post that. I was like, oh, she is.
Yesterday.
That's a church service I would want to attend.
Come. This is our slogan. Everybody's welcome. Nobody's perfect. Anything's possible. Mm-hmm. So for us, and it's just, I feel like, especially the LGBT community. I'm sorry if I missed a couple letters. I know. I'm sorry.
It's Pride Month. It's fine.
I know it's Pride Month. I should know all the letters.
All inclusive.
All inclusive. I love you all. We're so open to that, and it's just that's what Jesus would do.
Yeah.
And I think people just have so much doctrine and religion, but I am starting to preach, so I'm going to stop. But I'm really excited to be in this city. It took me a while to warm up. And I'm here. The water is indeed warm, and I'm looking forward to kind of conquering this city. Yeah,
nice.
I think you will.
Oh my
love. You're on it. You're there.
My love.
They just,
you
so open
sweet.
Your voice and expect the best. I mean,
open your heart.
Yeah, that too.
Open you. Yeah, exactly.
So, hey, Stefan, I think it's time for one of my favorite parts of the podcast.
Yes. So, Kylie, I think I did tell you in advance this was going to happen. We do a thing every show called the Lightning Round. It's wherever you're at in your Madonna journey today. So try not to think too hard on your answers, just whatever comes to you. Favorite Madonna song?
You know why? Open Your Heart's my favorite?
What?
That video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Because there was something in her that was so free. I don't know where she was in her spiritual world or her mental world or her physical world, but there was something so, I don't know. It didn't feel choreographed, even though I'm sure it was. Mm-hmm. It just felt like she went in and did her thing. And I loved the what would you call that? what was that style? The strip club and like the
like
I
the
just
peep
loved-
show. Yeah.
the peep show, but like the lady, the billboard at the beginning, all of it was so magical to me. I love that, but it's very hard to give you a favorite Madonna song, but that's the first song that comes to mind.
It is tough. Was there a favorite Madonna song that you enjoyed performing? I'll put it that way. So was there like one song every night where you're like, oh, I love singing this song?
I remember loving Borderline.
Yeah.
Singing Borderline. I also really loved on this last tour, I loved singing, like I said, the like I think I'm always gonna revert back to the old stuff because it's like so nostalgic. But there's that we're the coming the Diplo one.
Yeah.
And then she does like that. What was that called? Oh my
Bitch,
gosh,
I'm Madonna.
Bitch,
yes,
I'm Madonna.
Bitch,
Yeah.
I'm Madonna. I thought that was such a party song, and I loved it. Like I could drink 14 Red Bulls before a show, right? But that song got me in it. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I'm here. Let's go. You know?
I'm sure you could tell from the applause that everyone freaked out when you guys did Deeper and Deeper in Rebel Heart because it was the first time that it was performed faithfully, correct?
Yeah. That's right. I remember as a kid putting on the, what was it called? The collection, the...
It wasn't on
Immaculate.
It wasn't on Immaculate Collection.
Which
Deeper
was
and
it
Deeper.
on? What was the polka dot CD?
Oh, no.
Well, that was Immaculate.
That was Immaculate, yeah.
But Deeper and Deeper was not included on that because Erotica, the album, came after that collection.
Oh. Well, I loved singing Deeper Deeper when I was a kid. I remember having so many scratches on the polka dot CD.
I know,
I
mine
was like,
too.
oh no. Yeah.
Favorite Madonna music video?
I love, well, I just kind of said Open Your Heart.
Said, yeah.
But I also loved, I loved the simplicity of True Love with Nikki and, was it Nikki?
No,
Nikki
it was
Harris? Or was it just
Debbie
her?
Mazar
Deborah.
and Erica
Debbie.
Bell. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know Erica Bell, but I thought that was cute. And then I also loved Ray of Light. I think that that's probably one of my favorite. I think that's your next question. What's her favorite look? Your favorite style? It was Ray of Light. So
good segue. Good segue.
I know. I'm sorry. she. I guess maybe now that I'm that age where she was in Ray of Light, I'm kind of looking at it like, oh my God. Like, please be good to me, God. Let me look this good at 40, you know?
Well, it's funny. Every year, my birthday is this Wednesday.
Yay,
and every
happy
year,
birthday!
Thank you. Every year for my birthday, I always look up to see where Madonna was at that age, just because I always like to be like,
oh my gosh.
And I was watching Sticky and Sweet the other night, and
Wasn't
just
she stunning?
so I could spot you. And I was like, the woman's 50. And I'm not even 50, and
I know.
that's what she's jumping rope and singing and dancing, and I was like, I get tired
She's a
walking up.
machine.
I get tired walking up a flight of subway stairs. You know?
She's next level machine, like machine.
Yeah, I know. I need her vitamins.
I gotta stop cussing because you know she says fuck yeah, fucking Madonna fans, fuck yeah, and that it's like I'm trying to be good with especially putting out a Christian album. She's just so much of her does rub off on me, and like in a good way though. Like she uses those words to empower her point, and she uses those words to like. So yeah, she's just I love her.
Have you ever done a Madonna cover? I'm trying to think if you've
have
ever...
with live.
Oh.
Like live. Me and Monty did a really cool version of My Baby's Gotta Sing. Oh, Take a Bow. Take a Bow video. I think I'm going to give Take a Bow video.
Okay.
Because first off, can we just talk about the way she looks in that video?
Flawless.
Like,
it's absolutely
I'm
flawless.
like this woman.
It's
and
impossible.
Then the sexiness of the TV and the little intimate little meh that you get.
I mean, I just love her running down, scraping her fingernails against the wall.
Same. And when she sticks her finger and the blood comes out and she looks at the camera and sucks the blood out of her finger, I'm like, you need to sit down right now. I know you. So yeah, that's that.
Oh, I'd love to hear. Do you have that version of Secret anywhere that we can listen?
I will find it. I know it's somewhere. I know I've posted it on my Facebook.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, I'll stalk
like
you then.
2008, 2009.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you can send it to us, we'll pop it at the end of the episode.
Yeah, sure.
So, Kylie, did you
awesome.
get a chance to see the Madam X tour, or?
I did not. I was in full chemo.
That's right. Well, you'll get to see
Yeah.
it this October. She's releasing
I
it. as a
cannot
film.
wait.
Yeah.
I know she's working her butt off getting all the final production stuff, but I can't wait. My girl Munchie, what am I saying? Latrell.
Yeah.
God. Latrell kind of took my spot, and I was so amped. I was like, literally, if I could have toured with you, I would have lost my mind. It would have been a problem because I adore that human being.
Mhm.
But yeah, she's insane. And
She
I
did
heard
an
her
amazing
rendition
job.
of
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
like a prayer." I was like,
Yep.
okay, oh my gosh, done
Yeah.
for. She's incredible. She was signed to Neptune's when I was signed to Tim, so we were kind of this. We weren't
Rivals? You
no,
were
not even at all. We just were signed to two of the biggest, hottest producers from Virginia at the same time. So it was kind of cool. She actually did some backgrounds for me when I was signed. It's crazy.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We go back. I love that girl.
We never will be able to hear your music from when you were with Timbaland?
It's on the interweb, the dark interweb.
Do your
It is-
Googling, people.
Yes, I'm telling you, Simple Girl was a very sad loss.
Yeah.
That was a absolute masterpiece that never saw the light of day. But if you want to go and search and find it somewhere, it is there. I have a whole fan base for Simple Girl that want to like
fun.
reach out to Interscope and say, "Release Simple Girl."
Yeah, what's wrong with you people?
Yeah, I
I
mean, there
know.
are so many shelved projects from the last 20
It's so
years from
sad.
important artists that
Yeah,
it's a little infuriating. But yeah, if you can
it is.
find it
It's
and make it your own, you know.
Yeah, and it was my baby, so I
Mhm.
still I'm like, okay, that one didn't happen.
Mhm.
Let's keep going. But when it's your first time and it's your first go,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't go. It's a little hard to get over, but I'm still trucking. So
Yep.
You're here, and
I
that's
am
all that
here.
matters. You know, you've
I
made
am
it.
happy,
You've made it
yeah.
through the wilderness.
I made it through the wilderness.
Oh man,
That should just be like a commercial.
I know.
You know, like I made it through the wilderness. Gum. Try our wilderness gum.
Kylie,
You
we
know?
don't-
So stupid.
we don't want to let you go. This is so much fun, but
Y'all are so sweet.
I want you to let us know where we can find you on social media, and that
Okay.
way we can keep track of your upcoming release.
Awesome. So everything is /Kiley Dean.
Mhm.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's all /Kiley Dean, and I will be releasing my new EP on Spotify, probably on all music boards, so
Awesome.
that it's very accessible.
Yeah,
to
purchase
whoever.
it and then stream it because the purchasing gives the independent artists more money.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a live stream.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Which, yeah, it's going to be incredible. I've got my band, I've got all the songs, and we're going to do the 4 songs, and it's going to be a live stream, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh, fun. We'll totally post about it.
Yeah, and you
You're
know,
so
I'm
sweet.
now considering you a friend of the podcast, so we will definitely be asking you back to come in and just give us some hot takes or
Guys,
Just come and
All right,
sing.
it's time to
Just come
sing.
and sing.
I am literally yours.
Awesome.
You let me know when. I think y'all are absolutely amazing, and
thank
I just
you.
feel so honored that you asked me to be here.
Well, thank you for sharing your energy and your,
Yes, this is a beautiful hour.
beautiful hour. Yeah, we
Oh,
love that.
guys, thank you.
So you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at MLVC Podcast. Give us a 5-star review, like and subscribe, donate to the cause, and share this, podcast with your fellow Madonna friends if they don't know about us yet. Also, we want to thank Kylie again for just spending time with us today and brightening up this kind of gloomy day in New York.
Mm.
And
Sunshine today,
Sunshine
thanks to Kylie Dean.
Yes, exactly.
I love y'all. Y'all are so
She was our ray of light.
Yes, you are.
No pun. No, actually.
A ray of light from Nashville.
We encourage the Madonna puns.
We love the puns.
Well, Kylie, until next time, thank you so much, and we're going to be playing some of your music right after this, okay?
I love y'all. Thank you so much. God bless y'all.
The way you love me is so good, I never want it to end. is calling, and now it's time for us to part again.